Hello, everyone. So previously we finished chapter 1. So today we do chapter 2. So chapter 2, it's about visual representation of data. So we had statistic process, right? Identify the questions in population and collect the data and organize and summarize the information, right? So we will learn how to organize, summarize the information, right? So information means the data, yeah? Okay, so 2.1, it's a table. So we do organize by table, graphs, or numerical summary, right? So the 2.1, it's about tables and graphs for qualitative data. So we knew what's qualitative data, right? So it's categorical data and the number involved, then those number is not count, it's not measurement, right? Okay, we have a learning objective right here. Okay, now the first definition is we have a frequency, like a English word. We count how many appear there, right? So frequency of observation is the number of times it occurs in the data. Now, relative frequency. So what is the relative frequency of observation is the number of times it appears in the data. That's the frequency, right? And then we divide by total number of observation in the data. So that means sum of all frequencies. So we can have a formula here. So relative frequency, which is frequency divided by sum of frequencies. Okay, so it can be fraction because this is a fraction form, right? And if we have fraction, we can calculate, then that will be decimal. If we have a decimal, then we can convert to the percentage, right? So relative frequency can be fraction, can be decimal, can be percent, yeah? Okay, now we have this example. A survey asked respondents to identify their favorite pizza. The sample of 40 responses is listed in table 1. This is the table 1. Who are the individuals? What type of data was collected? Find the frequency and relative frequency of category pepperoni. Yeah? Okay. So can you please think about 3 questions there for now? And let's go over together. Okay. So who are the individuals? What do you think? They said the sample of 40 responses, right? So the 40 responses will be individual, right? So people who responded to the survey question, that's individuals. Let me write down. Okay, I wrote down here the who are individuals, the people who responded to the survey question, right? What type of data? So what kind of variable? Same as, so we are learning qualitative data, right? So type of picture, that will be the qualitative data, right? So The variable is, they say that, what is your favorite type of pizza? Yeah. And then table one said that a favorite, the pizza, right? So there will be qualitative. And moreover, in the qualitative, what is this? Is it nominal or ordinal? Yeah, right. It's a nominal, right? So qualitative. Okay, so I wrote down qualitative and nominal. Qualitative data, qualitative variable, and nominal, right? Okay, so in the category pepperoni, pepperoni, let's say Korean. Okay, how many frequencies there? Can you please count how many are there? Pepperoni. So we have, let me highlight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's the frequency, 12. So it's a 12. Okay, how about the relative frequency? So we have the formula, right? So we get frequency divided by the sum of frequencies, right? Sum of frequencies. Yeah. Okay. So there will be 12 divided by sum. How many? Sample of 40, right? So this is a fraction. Can you please calculate? Which is 0.3. Thank you. Then we can express as a percent. How? Times 100%, yeah? Okay, then we move to the decimal point to the right twice. So there will be 30%. Yeah, that is a relative frequency. Yeah, okay, very good. Okay, now we have a frequency table and relative frequency table. So we're gonna make a table for frequency and relative frequency, all right? So while I create the table, can you please, from the table one, can you please count your, pick your favorite pizza, right? Favorite your pizza and then count how many are there, right? So frequency, yeah. So we have cheese. We did the pepperoni earlier, right? So veggie, cheese, Hawaiian, other, and that's it. Yeah, looks like that's it, right? Yeah. So cheese, veggie, other, Hawaiian. So 4 times. Can you please count? Okay. Okay, so what did you get? Cheese, the frequency? Okay, 5. All right, so 5 out of 40. Can you please calculate? Yeah, 0.125. Very good. If we convert to the percent, how do we get? 1, 2. So it's 12.5%, right? Good job. Okay, now veggie, how many are there? It's 6. So 6 out of 40, which is 0.15. Okay, 0.15 which is 15%. 1, 2. So 15%. Okay. Let's make a consistent. All right. Let's make a 2 decimal places. Yeah. Okay. So let's practice how to round off, right? Round off, round down. Yes. Okay. So let me explain to you. So if we want to answer 2 decimal places, then we're looking at the third digit, tenth, hundredth, thousandth, right? So 5 is the same as a 5, so we do round up, right? So round up means we give it to the 1 in that the hundredth digit, right? So that's 13. So that will be 0.13. Yeah. So we make a percentage, then 1, 2, so 13% there. Make sense? Okay. Now Hawaiian. So we got 7. 7. Can you please calculate? 7. 7 out of 40. So we get 0.175. Now we want to answer 2 decimal places, 100, right? How? So 5, like earlier. So 5 is the same as 5, round up. Round up. Round up means we give it to the 1 in the second digit, which is 100, right? So that will be 0.18. So we want to convert to the percentage, then there will be 18%. Yeah. Okay. Other has how many? 10. Very good. So 10 out of 40. So we get 0.25. So we get that 25%. Yeah. Okay. Now your job is, can you please add all the decimal here? Okay, so we get 1.01. So 1.01, we can say the 1 same as 1, right? So same as 1. And if we express as a percentage, then times 100%. So that will be 100%, right? Same as, yeah? So relative frequency will be all the time 1. If we express as a number, that's the 1. Decimal is number, right? Or if we express as a percentage, that is 100%. All right. So remember this, very important, 5 stars there. So sum of relative frequency is the 1 or 100%. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here is tip, what I just said, right? Relative frequency, always 1 or 100%. Yeah. Okay. Now, I want to show you how to use your StatCrunch. So in this course, I'm gonna show you all the time the by hand first, and then I'm gonna show you how to use the StatCrunch. Yeah. So I just showed you how to use by hand the frequency, relative frequency, right? Now I'm gonna show you how to use StatCrunch. Okay, here is the instruction how to use StatCrunch. also there is a video. Yeah, I made one. Okay, so you can click, you can watch that video too. All right, so let's do example 3. So this is what we just did about the favorite pizza, right? Okay, so there is a data set. So I'm gonna click that and copy and paste into the StackCrunch. Okay, all right, so let me show you. I'm gonna make a share screen. Yeah, I cleaned a little bit of website. Okay, then I have to delete. Hold on 1 second. Stop share here and StackCrunch there. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we can see that is a StackCrunch. You can just type StackCrunch and log in, right? So you must purchase that. Yeah, 19, almost $20. Okay, so what was it? So this one, right? So 2.1, there is data set here. I'm gonna click that. Okay, there is a nice data set. So I'm gonna make a copy. I can do the thinging like that. It's weird. Okay, then I have to copy like that. Huh. Why they don't have a thing like this? Okay, anyway. So make a Control C, copy. And I want to move to the StackCrunch and then paste. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go to Stack, and there's the tables and frequency, right? Let's do that. If you want, you can change the name of the column, like a favorite pizza, right? So select a column here, var1, that means the variable number 1, okay? So let's click that. All right, then can you see that in the statistic, there is a frequency, relative frequency. It's already highlighted. Can you see that different color with the bottom there, right? Yeah, so let's just compute. Okay, so here we go. We have a cheese 5. This is what we found earlier, right? Yeah, good job. Wait a minute, where is the... Qualitative. Okay, so everything is okay, right? Good. Selecting. Also, we can save data while we are working the stack crunch. So let me show you how to save the data. Okay, so selecting data. Okay, so let's go over data here. Then there is a save. Click that. So we can give it to the file name. What do you want? The favorite pizza? And then uh, the same, right? So we can just saving, right? So this new data set was saved to your my data folder. Let me see. So how do you find? You can go to the data again and then load, and then there is my data, right? So let me check that. Data, data, load, and then my data. Yeah. So let me click that. Oops, my data. Okay. So there is a favorite pizza there. Yeah. Click. So this is the data that we worked earlier. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Mm. Okay, this time let's draw the bar graph. So bar graph, let me highlight the definition. Bar graph is a chart that lists the categories on one axis and frequencies or relative frequencies on other axis. Yeah. So bar graph like excuse me, looks like a energy bar, right? So it's a rectangular. Rectangles are drawn for each category. Okay. So let me highlight this one, rectangles, bar graph. Yeah. Okay. Um, let me draw by hand, and then I'm gonna show you second. Okay, so let's say using this information frequencies. Yeah. All right. Let me draw the line. Okay, so let's make a scale 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 is the pepperoni, right? 12. And then the first one is the pepperoni, 12. So make a rectangle. All right, cheese 5, right? So it's over here. Oops. Cheese. Okay, let me draw rest. Yeah. Um, veggie 6. And Hawaiian 7. Huh, little bit. Hawaii. Try. Okay, then other 10. Yeah, other. Okay, so if we want to put the value on the top, that's good too, right? So it's easily to see, right? So 5, 6, 7, 10, right? Okay, let me show you how to use secret. Um, share screen. And then I have to turn off here, right? Okay. Right. The crunch here, and then we had the data set there, right? Uh, let's go to graph, bar plot. So bar plot means bar graph, same. And then we have a data set, right? So with data, click that. Graph, bar plot with data. Yeah. Okay. Now, var1 means variable 1, right? We can use a pizza or a favorite pizza. We can change the name here. It's up to you. So pizza. Oops. Okay. Then it appear here? No? Okay, let me do one more time then. Yeah, graph, bar plot with data. Yeah. Yeah, now it shows up, right? Pizza, right? So let's do Crazy everything. Yeah. All right. We want to find the frequencies. I just want to leave everything and then value above bar. Yeah. Compute. That's it. Make it simple. Yeah. Okay. We can see that cheese 5, Hawaiian 7, other 10, 12, and 6 veggie, right? So sorry, I clicked the veggie there, so it's make a pink there, but doesn't mean anything, right? Yeah. Okay. Now we want to make a frequency table. We did that. We did a frequency table. How about the relative frequency table? I'm sorry, relative frequency. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do that. Relative frequency. Okay. Yeah, how can I make clear? Okay, clear, simple, and make clear everything. It was so crazy. Okay, so graph, bar plot with the data, right? Okay, pizza. Okay, now type frequency table. So we want to change the relative frequency. Yeah, this one. And then value is better, right? So you can just change around, right? Value descending, value ascending. Ascending means getting bigger, right? Descending means getting smaller. Yeah. Here is the count ascending, count to descending. Yeah. You can play around. And then value above bar, so compute. Okay, so we have relative frequency, cheese is 0.125. We did that earlier, right? And Hawaiian is 0.175. And other pizza, 0.25, and so on, right? Okay, good, right? Now I have to go back. Paused, right? Scare me. Oof. Copy and paste. Okay. Oh, copy. And paste. 음, 어떻게 이렇게 가지? 여기서 자연스럽게 가지? 안 보이고 얼굴이? Okay, so you can see that, right? All right, so this is same as what I showed you earlier, second. Okay, this is a relative frequency. Now we have another graph, which is the pareto chart. So let me highlight pareto chart. It's a bar graph where the categories are arranged from highest frequency to lower frequency from left to right. So this one we can say that descending order. Think descending order, right? Getting smaller, right? Okay. I'm gonna show you how to use a stack crunch for this one. Yeah, here we go. Count descending order. We just changed the Pareto chart, right? From the bar graph. That means Pareto chart, right? Okay. I want to do here. Share. And this one, right? Okay. I have to stop here too. I am showing the. Uh, I have to stop show here. Okay, good. Now, Pareto chart. So go to graph, bar plot means the bar graph with the data. Click that and select the column and then count to descending order, right? So count to descending order and compute. Oh, did you see that? One more time, just in case if you did not see that. All right, so one more time, graph, bar graph with the data, click that, picture, and then count to descending order. Oh, sorry, counting descending order. Compute, that's it. Yeah, can you see that? That is descending order from the highest frequency to lowest one. That's a Pareto chart, okay? Paste. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. 오케이. 파이 차트부터 해야지. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my gosh. Copy, paste. Okay, so, oh, hold on a second. Let me bring the iPad here. Okay, so, descending order, right? Now we do pie chart. We know how it looks like a pie chart, right? Okay, now, I'm gonna show you how to use StackCrunch for pie chart. Okay, let me pause first. Okay, pie chart. All right, now the textbook indicate that what if we have like a summary, right? So normally we have all the data and then we just input the StackCrunch with the data, right? But then in that case, we have a frequency already. They organize as a frequency, right? Then how do you do? Bar graph, bar chart, we can use this with a summary. And then here is already organized as a frequencies, right? So with a summary, we can use that. Also pie chart with a summary, we can use that. All right. Okay, now we have another graph, which is side by side and stacked bar graph. So it's a bar graph, right? And side by side, like this is a side by side. And then stacked bar graph. This is a stacked bar graph. Yeah. Okay. When do we use? When we want to compare those graphs, we are using side by side and stacked bar graph. So they say that contingency table. So we have a new terminology here, or new two-factor table, right? Okay. So what is the contingency table? So contingency table is data table where each row represent categories of one variable while columns represent categories of another variable. So basically, no, more than one more variable is a contingency table because when we use StatCrunch, we have to have only one column, right? Always select a column. There's a variable number one, right? But then contingency table, there is more than one column. So basically, we have to have a row and column at least. Yeah. So let me write down side by side and stack the bar graph and contingency table. Oh, there we go, side by side. Yeah. It's a bar graph where each qualitative factor is split into two or three more bars. Yeah. Okay, so we have a vaccination status and ethnicity. And then we want to make a contingency table. This is a contingency table. So we are going to make this table from the raw data. Okay, so here we want to click and then make this table. All right. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Share screen. And this is the one. Hold on 1 second. I have to stop share here. Okay. Um, yeah. This the raw data. Raw data means unorganized data. Yeah. So click here. Okay. We're gonna make a copy and paste into the second. Sorry. Hold on a second. Control C. And then let's make empty, right? So new data table and paste. Yeah, so copy and paste. And we go to stack and tables and contingency table with the data because we have all the data set here, right? So with the data and raw data. Let's make a status and then column ethnicity. So basically, first one for first, second one for second. Yeah. Okay. Then just compute. Okay, this is what we create. Oh my gosh, can you, I'm so sorry. Can you see that? Did you see that? Okay, one more time. I'm just scared that you did not see that. All right. So one more time, go to stack, table, contingency table, yeah, with the data. That's it. One more time. So stack, tables, contingency table with the data. Yeah, click that. All right. The first one for first, second one for second, and compute. Okay, that is contingency table. Yeah. This is the one. Okay. Make a pause. Okay, so this contingency table we just created by sequence, right? Yeah. Okay, now we want to create side-by-side bar graph. All right, so how do we do? Okay, we're gonna follow these steps. So let me show you sequence. Okay, so important point here, bar graph, pie chart, and pareto chart can only be used for qualitative data. So what was the qualitative data? It's categorical data, right? They cannot be used with quantitative, which is numerical data. Make sense? So this is very important. Yeah. So bar graph, pie chart, and Pareto chart used for only qualitative data. Okay. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.